Welcome. You are listening to Aftersight. This recording is intended solely for individuals who are blind or have low vision.
Thank you for joining us for Audiobook News, read by Sarah, featuring Audiophile Magazine. And today we're going to start off with some mystery and suspense titles. Hashtag Crime Time by Geneva Rose and Drew Pine, read by Abelardo Campuzano, Jennifer Damiano, Phil Thron, Gary Tiedemann, Peter Burkrot, PJ Auckland, Nancy Linari, Chris Andrew Tula, Piper Goodeve, Kevin R. Free, and Samantha Dess. A large cast narrates this audio original mystery, which merges laugh-out-loud humour and suspense. Nadia, an author, enjoys her privacy and solitude. Her anonymity ends when she and her half-brother Chase witness a crime by a dirty cop. Chase posts the robbery on TikTok, where it quickly goes viral, making them a target for retribution. Their only recourse is to contact Nadia's estranged father, a Ukrainian mob boss. The talented cast of narrators aptly convey the witty banter between characters and the emotional roller coaster they are on. In addition to highly skilled narrators, the production is enhanced by sound effects. An author's note explains the surprising origins of the story. It's available from Simon & Schuster Audio, 3.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-179-7157337 for $19.99. The Edge, 620 Man, Book 2, by David Baldacci, read by Zachary Weber, Erin Cottrell, Will Collier, Aaron Bennett, and Tiffany Smith. The much-anticipated sequel to The 620 Man immerses listeners in the murder of Jenny Silkwell, a CIA operative who had returned to her hometown in coastal Maine to settle unfinished business. Narrator Zachary Weber leads the ensemble cast of Tiffany Smith, Will Collier, Erin Cottrell, and Aaron Bennett. Under the guise of being a federal agent, Travis Devine comes to town and is sometimes bombarded and sometimes stonewalled by its dangerous secrets. Weber's talents as a narrator truly shine, lifting listeners' oral experience. All of the performances are woven into the narrative seamlessly, and each performer embodies their character masterfully. Listeners will be fully satisfied by this suspenseful thriller. It's available from Hachette Audio, 11.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-154-916-0684 for $21.83. Also available as CD. The Bell in the Fog, Andy Mills, Book 2, by Lev A.C. Rosen, read by Vicus Adam. Vicus Adam brings a noirish vibe to his first-class narration of this 1952 mystery set in San Francisco. Andy Mills is trying to find his way after being bounced off of a police force because he's gay. An old lover appears needing help, and Andy is soon working blackmail and murder cases. Adam gives Mills a deep, tough voice for the most part, though it often softens for more tender moments. Adam is also outstanding with other characters, including those with lesser roles. He gives each a distinctive voice and attitude. More impressively, his performance enhances the atmosphere of the entire audiobook. There are some pretty dark parts, but they're somewhat offset by lighter moments, especially as Andy finds someone he might love. Both author and narrator are top-notch. It's available from Macmillan Audio, 9.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-125-029-1806 for $19.99. Fall, Detective Harriet Foster, Book 2, by Tracy Clark, read by Shante McCormick. In this second audiobook featuring Detective Harriet Foster, a serial killer in Chicago is killing the city's alderman. Narrator Shante McCormick has a strong, no-nonsense tone that suits the sharp detective who has recently lost her son in a senseless murder. McCormick also creates appropriate voices for the various other police officers and for the murder suspect. McCormick's narration has spunk and energy that will make listeners feel as if they're watching a television crime series. The range in her voice is entertaining, especially when she portrays colleagues who push Detective Foster's buttons. Listeners can count on a plot that keeps them guessing and a strong narration. It's available from Brilliance Audio, 11.5 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 979-840-012-5263 for $42.99. Also available as CD or MP3. And now let's move on to romance titles. Do Your Worst by Rosie Danan, read by Shane East and Saskia Marleveld. Journey with narrators Saskia Marleveld and Shane East to the Scottish Highlands in this Enemies with Benefits romance. Riley Rhodes, an expert curse-breaker, has been tasked with breaking an ancient curse at a legendary Scottish castle. Looking for redemption after a previous scandal, archaeologist Clark Edgware is determined to prevent Riley from getting in the way of his latest project. These two collide in more ways than one. Marleveld and East seamlessly deliver witty dialogue and build romantic tension. Marleveld's fluid cadence captures Riley's passionate spirit, while East's charming British intonation highlights Clark's curious nature. Listeners will enjoy the story as the pair solve the mystery of the curse while unexpectedly finding love. It's available from Penguin Audio, 9.25 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-3627372 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-3627389 for $85.50. The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, read by Samantha Summers and Joe Arden. Samantha Summers and Joe Arden combine their talents to share the romance between shape-shifting doctors Mackenzie Carter and Noah Taylor. Noah has never disclosed his status as an alpha. When someone reports him to the hospital board, he turns to Mackenzie to pose as his fake mate. Mackenzie has a fun-loving personality, and Summers brings that out with a lightness in her narration. Noah is much more serious, and Arden's deliberately stilted performance fits him perfectly. As the two grow closer, Arden adds warmth to his portrayal. Both narrators do an excellent job of voicing Noah's rival, giving him the right touch of smarminess. Summers and Arden complement each other as they alternate between Noah's and Mackenzie's points of view. Available from Penguin Audio, 11 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-3747759 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition. Digital download, ISBN 978-059-3747766 for $76. Fly With Me by Andy Burke, read by Chelsea Stevens. Chelsea Stevens fully embraces the complexities that result from dragging emotional baggage into a new relationship in this queer rom-com. Olive Murphy's life confirms Murphy's Law. What can go wrong will go wrong. But when she meets a captivating pilot named Stella after saving a man's life on her first ever flight, Olive gets a new lease on her once fearful life. To win Stella the captain's seat and protect Olive from the limelight, the duo pretend to date. That is, until pretending turns into reality. While the story involves classic romance tropes, Stevens's performance offers contemporary twists and all the joy, steaminess, and trepidation of new love. It's available from Macmillan Audio, 11.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-125-0325051 for $26.99. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, read by Noah B. Perez and Vanessa Vasquez. Narrators Noah B. Perez and Vanessa Vasquez delight listeners as they bring two childhood friends turned rivals to life in this contemporary small-town romance. Recovering from a broken engagement, Dalia Munoz returns home to heal, vowing to stay away from her childhood rival, billionaire Julian Lopez. That is, until Julian makes her an irresistible offer to renovate a historic house with him. The more the pair work together, the more undeniable their attraction becomes. Vanessa Vasquez's melodic tone conveys Dalia's vulnerable yet passionate persona, while Noah B. Perez's deep pitch and sensual timbre capture Julian's swoony charisma. Listeners will feel every bit a part of Julian and Dalia's heartfelt romance in this entrancing duet-style narration. It's available from Lauren Asher, 11.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download for $24.95. Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura, read by Frankie Corzo. Journey deep into the Mexican jungle with narrator Frankie Corzo as she brings to life two rival archaeologists. Dr. Socorro Cory Mejia thinks that she has landed the archaeology dig of a lifetime when she's invited to search for the long-lost remains of an ancient warrior of the Aztec Empire who may just be her ancestor. However, in order to be successful, she must team up with her dreamy arch-enemy, Dr. Ford Matthews. Impressively performing both Cory's and Ford's chapters, Corzo alternates her pitch and tone in this third-person narrative. Corzo captures Cory's drive and tenacity, while also expressing Ford's vulnerable and heroic sides to heighten the tension and longing between them. Listeners will love this adventurous romance from start to finish. It's available from Penguin Audio, 10.5 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-374-6899 for $20. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-374-6905. Technically Yours by Denise Williams, read by January Lavoie and Joe Arden. January Lavoie and Joe Arden delightfully entertain listeners with this second-chance romance. Pearl Harris has had to be careful with her heart ever since she walked away from dreamy Cord Matthews. Now, 7 years later, fate has brought them back together. Pearl has landed a job as acting director of a non-profit organization she's passionate about, and Cord is the newest member of its board. Lavoie's seamless transitions and distinct character voices highlight Pearl's ambitions for her job, family, and Cord. Arden's charismatic tone emphasizes Cord's strength, devotion, and love for the non-profit organization and Pearl. Listeners' hearts will be content as Pearl and Cord give in to their desires and find true happiness together. It's available from Penguin Audio, 9 hours long unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-374-7896 for $20. Books on Tape has library edition digital download, ISBN 978-059-374-7902 for $85.50. And in our romance preview, here are some upcoming titles or recently released titles. The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton, read by Angel Pian. Encountering her ex, Amarie claims she's dating an astronaut who goes along with the charade for reasons of his own. It's a contemporary romance title available unabridged from Penguin Audio, trade edition digital download. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download. The release date was April 9th. Funny Story by Emily Henry, read by Julie Whelan. Children's librarian Daphne loses her fiancé only to decide to room with his new fiancé's ex. It's a contemporary romance title, available from Penguin Audio unabridged, trade edition digital download. Books on Tape has the library edition digital download. Release date was April 23rd. You Should Be So Lucky by Cat Sebastian, read by Joel Leslie. A baseball player and a sports writer fall for each other in 1960s New York. This is a historical romance title available unabridged from Harper Audio, trade edition digital download, release date May 7th. The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren, read by Patty Murin and John Root. Married in college, it turns out Anna and West are still married, and an inheritance lies in the balance. It's a contemporary romance title, available unabridged from Simon & Schuster Audio, trade edition, digital download, release date May 14th. And finally, Mind Games by Nora Roberts, read by January Lavoie. Thea's visions may have located her parents' killer, but the nightmare isn't over. It's a romantic suspense title, available unabridged from Macmillan Audio, trade edition, digital download, release date May 21st. And now how about some titles in the sci-fi, fantasy and horror category? Passage by Connie Willis, read by Erin DeWard. With a talent for distinct voices, Erin DeWard delivers this decades-old science fiction novel now on audio. Psychologist Joanna Lander teams up with neurologist Richard Wright to determine the nature of near-death experiences and their role in survival. Lander's first simulated experience feels strange but familiar, and she's determined to repeat it until she can figure out what it means. DeWard's incredible range enlivens a friendly old man's war stories, an ER nurse's detached, deep voice, and a girl's insatiable questions asked while she's struggling to catch her breath. Where the story meanders, DeWard's narration commands listeners' attention, keeping them hooked to the end. It's available from Tantor Media, 31 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-835-0801088 for $34.99. Library edition, digital download, ISBN 978-835-0801095 for $69.95. Black River Orchard by Chuck Wendig, read by Exie Sands, Brittany Presley, Sean Patrick Hopkins, Cindy Kay, Kalani Kapu, Gabra Zachman, and Victor Colome. This entire ensemble of performers is particularly effective at creating an absorbing, progressively horrifying listen. Wendig's audiobook revolves around a layered world of human relationships involving the desire for power and its consequences. Kala, Brittany Presley, provides her father, Sean Patrick Hopkins, with a name for the new apple he's harvested, the Ruby Slipper. The apple is an immediate hit with the community, but soon sinister forces emerge, revealing a long history of sin and betrayal. The forces affect Marco, Victor Colome, Kala's devoted high school boyfriend, who experiences the rapid healing of a sports injury, but then they evolve into something more sinister and heartbreaking. Throughout, Exie Sands transitions listeners between events. Her ethereal performance embodies the audiobook's ever-deepening mysteries. It's available from Random House Audio, 22.25 hours unabridged. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-3606858 for $27.50. Books on Tape has the library edition, digital download, ISBN 978-059-3606865 for $95. The Fourth Wing, One of Two, The Empyrean by Rebecca Yarros, read by Kaya Freitas, Gabriel Michael, Torian Brackett, Taylor Cohn, Lamont Ridgell, Rob Moreira, Laura C. Harris, David Kuikui, and a full cast. This audiobook, set in a fantasy world of dragon riders and war, is truly enhanced by its full cast narration. Kaya Freitas delivers an outstanding performance as the protagonist, infusing her character's journey with depth and realism. Gabriel Michael, Taylor Cohn, and Lamont Ridgell also shine, each lending their unique voice to the vivid storytelling. Despite minor pronunciation differences, their collective voice acting significantly elevates the narrative. The sound design impresses with its immersive effects and music, contributing significantly to the listening experience. The creative use of an echo effect for mental telepathy adds a unique touch. Together, the ensemble of narrators portray the essence of their characters, making this audiobook a captivating adventure for listeners. It's available from Graphic Audio, 7.75 hours audio program. Trade edition, digital download, ISBN 979-889-0551030 for $20.99. Frontier by Grace Curtis, read by Avon Shore. Avon Shore does it again, this time offering a deft, versatile, immersive performance of a genre-bending queer sci-fi western. The stranger's ship crashes on a cold and broken Earth. Thus begins her long journey to reunite with her love. Each chapter puts another obstacle in her path: a train car murder mystery, a quest to deliver a drug-toting tortoise, a run-in with a seasoned con woman, a shootout with a deadly assassin. All the while, a ruthless gun-slinging sheriff's deputy is on the stranger's heels, itching for a standoff. Despite the stranger's mysterious background, Shore's powerful narration makes listeners feel like they know, have always known, the depths of this nameless traveler. Equally funny, tragic, hopeful, and romantic, Shore's performance is an absolute must-listen. It's available from Tantra Media, 7.75 hours unabridged. Trade edition digital download for $17.49. First Transmission, Space Holes, Book 1 by B.R. Lewis, read by Scott Brick. Reams of paperwork, tasteless breakfast cereals, and corporate branding. What else would you take to space? With his natural ease and a large dollop of deadpan silliness, Scott Brick takes the listener on the maiden voyage of a GP Gallant, 200 light years into the cosmos, in search of untapped, uncharted sales territories. As the crew of misfits stumble upon an alien civil war, they are, of course, congratulated by the corporation for having signed their liability waivers and reminded that evacuation is the same as resignation. Brick excels at giving the snarkiest voice possible to the onboard robot, which is relentlessly ready with useless information and biting put-downs. An equal opportunity satire of technology, economics, HR departments, and all the space in between. It's available from Camcat, 9.5 hours long, unabridged. Trade edition digital download, ISBN 978-074-430-8228 for $20.95. Resurrections by Ada Hoffman, read by Nancy Wu. This amalgamation of short stories, poems, and other genres defies categorization. Nancy Wu's performance follows suit, bringing a masterful versatility that marks each chapter with its own uniqueness. The collection opens with variations on a theme from Turandot, in which a young slave slowly alters the narrative of the opera she acts in each night. The work that follows, Jenny's House, involves a child who brings a malevolent ball of slime to show and tell. Transitional Chords shows the otherworldly events that can occur when two students bond through music. The Scrape of Tooth and Bone combines robotics with fossil hunting. The stories feature children, abuse survivors, neurodivergent people, and queer folks. Wu's committed performances help each find their power and agency. It's available from Recorded Books, 10 hours long, unabridged. Library edition digital download, ISBN 978-170-506-7321 for $24.99. Also available as CD or MP3. And that's it for me for today. Thank you for joining us for Audiobook News, read by Sarah.
You're listening to Aftersight.
Hello, listeners. This is family medicine resident physician Dr. Cindy Lay. Do you feel that lately you've been having more difficulty concentrating or enjoying your favorite activities? Perhaps you've been low on energy or overwhelmed by guilt? These symptoms, along with changes to sleep and appetite, may suggest depression. It's important to know you're not alone. around 19% of U.S. adults are dealing with mental health challenges, with anxiety and depression being the most common. Taking the brave step of talking to a mental health professional or your primary care doctor is key for your well-being. This can lead to discussions about therapy or medication. If one medication doesn't help, it doesn't mean that another won't. There are about 5 major types of antidepressants, and your doctor can help find what would work best for you. Depression is not your fault and could be due to a chemical imbalance in your brain. It is as serious as any other chronic illness, like diabetes or blood pressure. Depression medications do not have to be long-term, but it can help you get back up on your feet. Your mental health matters, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. If you would be interested in finding a therapist in your area, you may visit www.psychologytoday.com/US/therapists. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or visit 988lifeline.org. The 988 Lifeline provides 24/7 free and confidential support for people in distress, as well as suicide prevention and crisis resources for you or your loved ones. Hey there, friends. This is Family Medicine Resident Physician Dr. Cindy Lay. As the weather warms up, are you gearing up for an upcoming airplane trip? Here are some tips for safer air travel. Ensure that you pack enough medications, including extras, in case of delays. For those with serious medical conditions like diabetes or epilepsy, please carry an identification and medical card with your name, medical information, medications, and doses, as well as your doctor's contact information. The American Diabetes Association can provide you a diabetes alert card. You can call them at 800-DIABETES or 800-342-2383. The air in airplanes is very dry, so stay hydrated during the flight by drinking water and avoiding alcohol and caffeine. One of the most dangerous things that can happen after a long flight, especially if the flight is longer than 6 to 8 hours, is a blood clot in your legs. Unless the flight crew tells you not to, try to walk every now and then during your flight. Drink lots of water, stretch your legs, and wear support stockings or knee-high compression socks. Avoid crossing your legs as well. Please don't forget to inform the airline in advance about any special requirements, such as dietary restrictions, wheelchair assistance, or oxygen support. For more information on air travel health tips or more general health tips, you may visit www.familydoctor.org, a trusted resource for medical advice from the Academy of Family Physicians. Wishing you a smooth and enjoyable journey on your next trip.
Attention animal lovers, think fast. You encounter an orphaned and distressed baby squirrel. What do? Most people don't know what to do when they encounter wildlife in need, and this is especially true when they're away from home. That's why we created Animal Help Now, to help you help them. Animal Help Now is an easy-to-use web-based tool and free smartphone app that immediately connects you with the closest, most appropriate assistance for your unique situation. The program's extremely simple and straightforward user interface makes it easy to get assistance. even when you're in a stressful situation. For more information, visit animalhelpnow.org or search the Android and Apple stores for Animal Help Now. Animal Help Now, for any U.S. wildlife emergency, anytime.